folks, welcome back to JM Farm and Cattle. So we are going to do some irrigating. Yesterday we ended up starting up all the wells and to start irrigating just because we're going to be gone this weekend, and it was getting to be time to where we needed to get everything through in order for us to be gone this weekend. So that's what we're going to do today, and we'll see how it goes. So I do have a rain gauge, and it did rain last night, so I am glad I got that hay up. However, I don't remember if I dumped my rain gauge or not. So if there's a ridiculous amount, then I didn't dump it. But I don't think it rained very much though. It just kind of like a sprinkle, just enough to make a mess on my boot. Ten hundredths. What I'm doing is I go through on here and I mark down, I put a line through. So all I do is I put a line through all the rows that are through. So right now I have all the even rows, so it's every other row. And if they're through, I put a line. If they're not through and two waterings, then I circle them. The same way down here. And I just keep going down the line. So that's the ditch, that's a red flag. And that's a white flag, which would be right there. So now I'm just gonna go through and I count. So like water number 1, there's nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So since 9's through, and I cross it. So which means when I get to the other end, then I'll go back and I'll open up however many check marks I have, and then kick open the ones that aren't open a little bit faster. So I got all my rows checked for gravity. We're gonna run down the road and check to make sure both pivots are still on and watering, and most importantly not stuck. They like to get stuck, so we're gonna run down. It's only about 2 miles, and we're gonna make sure that it's still going. Okay, so what I do here, so I got this field and that field. So what I do is I climb on top. So I get a better height. Now I have 2 ways, so you can see, maybe you can. There's a flashing light. So each pivot's got a flashing light. But what I like to do is I like to get on top here and I like to look, and then I can tell if the water's going, because sometimes the light will go because the safety switch didn't kick out, which means the pivot's still running and the water's not. Or it could be vice versa, where the water's running, the pivot got stuck, the pivot's sitting there, it got kicked out of bypass or kicked into bypass, and then it doesn't move, and then it just sits there and waters all night because of a failure of a sensor. What's supposed to happen on a pivot is when it gets stuck, it gets out of a line, and then it shuts down the water is what's supposed to happen, because it hits a pressure point on the hydraulic on a T&L where it goes out of bypass, and then it shifts a valve over, and once that valve shifts over, it's in bypass, it shuts the oil down, which shuts the pivot down. And when that happens, then it's supposed to shut the water off so it doesn't water all night. I've had it happen where it doesn't do that, and then it's a real big mess. So I always try and get up here and I look. So that one's still going, and I don't know if you can see it. and that one's still going. And what I try and do is I try and memorize where these pivots are. I look at them twice a day. So I look at this one and I notice it's basically straight this way. So now when I come here this afternoon, if it's moved over, we're good. If it's still in the same spot, something's wrong. Okay, so what I look for when I get up here, there's two things to kind of tell. One, my Murphy switch. I can just press that and that will just tell me if it clicks, we have an issue. So it's not clicking. Obviously, you can tell the water's running. So what else you can do is you can walk up here. Now, so if I see the water's going, if I see the water's going, and I hear the hydraulic pump going, and the Murphy switch is not, the Murphy switch, what it is a reset button. So if that clicks in and actually makes a click noise, then that means something is wrong somewhere on the pivot. So if you press that and nothing happens, that means you're good to go. Still got oil. And we're still dripping. So we're still good over here. So now that we got the pivots checked, I checked the other one on the way in and it was doing good. So now we're gonna head back to the gravity spot and change the rows. So now we just gotta, I got the valve shut down there, and that's gonna help put pressure this way. So I just gotta shut off these ones that are marked and leave the other ones go. So I leave them all go till number 9. 1. I try and turn my pipe too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9 is through. Next one through is 15. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16. Put that away till next time. I'm gonna go check the oil on this one just to make sure it's still dripping. Rinse my boots off. And I gotta go back home and work on a trailer. Well guys, thanks for hanging out with me again today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out the rest of the videos I got going. I hope you learned something new on irrigating crops here in Nebraska. So on that note, I'm gonna head back. I got a trailer to work on and a couple other things to do before it gets too hot out. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.